guys reaching across.
Okay, here we go.
Can I start?
Yes.
Okay. So, guys, it's almost time for everyone's favorite time of the year. You know, that time of year where the weather gets colder, the leaves get brown, the sun goes down extremely early, and everyone gets in the holiday spirit. That's right, Luke. It's time for bowl season in college football. A lot of sports fans have been waiting for this all year. It's been a crazy year in college football. There's been a lot of close games, plenty of upsets, and previews of future NFL stars. Unfortunately, this season will be tainted because of one of the biggest scandals probably in all of sports history, and that's former Penn State assistant football coach Jerry Sandusky being accused of child molestation of 8 boys over a 15-year period and is facing criminal charges. Because of this scandal, it's been the talk for recent weeks and looks like it's going to carry into bowl season. And that is why today I would like to explain to you why Penn State University should not go to a bowl game this postseason. And I will share how it can be a distraction to the game, it could ruin bowl games, and it can be bad for companies sponsoring bowl games. So first off, there would hardly be any focus on the game, and you see it now when you put on ESPN or whatever sports network you watch, if you do. They don't even talk about the game anymore. It's more of like what's going on with the coach and the former coach, Joe Paterno. And the players are already noticing that there's hardly any focus in the game. Quarterback Matt McGloin of the team was quoted saying, "Anywhere you go, people ask you about it, and people have stopped asking about the games. They're just asking about the off-field issues." And as a fan, you can't really ignore what's going on either and watch the game. Before all this happened, you think of Penn State, think, oh, they're going to win this game. This is linebacker university. All these players are going to be stars in the NFL. But now, when you hear Penn State, you can't help but think of this perverted old man touching little kids. Like, it sucks. And, it's ruined, their school. And another reason they shouldn't go to a bowl game is that bowl games are to be celebrated at the end of the year, and this scandal overrides it. There's nothing special about this season for Penn State. I mean, they lost their head coach, Joe Paterno, who was not only the face of their school, but an icon in college football. And he was fired because his involvement, or lack of, in the Sandusky allegations. And also, while Penn State's winning on the football field, they're losing off the field, so it's nothing to celebrate. And bowl games are usually to help out. Schools get recruits. You're getting recruited by a school and well, we're going to this bowl game. But I kind of think they'd want to avoid it because last thing they need is for recruits to look at their bowl game, but it's going to be talking about this coach who was touching little kids, and you don't really want to go to a school where there used to be a guy like that, and then the coaches didn't even say anything. They stood up for that coach. They said, oh, he wasn't touching kids, he was just messing around. There's nothing bad with that, which is why they got fired. And one more reason why they shouldn't go to a bowl game is it'll make that bowl game look bad. I mean, if they make it to the Rose Bowl, who knows if the Rose Bowl is gonna want that team in there. And whatever bowls end up with Penn State, it's not like they'd want to invite them to go to their bowl game. And one college football industry source said, "Do you think that bowl game will be thrilled? It's like finding out your daughter's dating Tiger Woods. What do you say? Congratulations." And bowl games are sponsored by big time companies like Chick-fil-A, AT&T, and well, that is a big time. I love Chick-fil-A. Richard, you love Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Justin? Okay. Anyways, do you think these companies will feel comfortable being mentioned with Penn State amidst this scandal? And these companies might lose points in other people's opinion because they're associated with them. And even Penn State right now is having trouble with retail. According to an article in the Washington Post, quote, "Sales of hats, shirts, and other items emblazoned with the Penn State name have plummeted about 40% overall since people found out about the allegations, and that's just in 2 weeks. And compared to the Ohio State allegations last year involving players signing jerseys and selling them and being suspended, this situation is much worse." Brian Swallow, VP of Fanatics LLC, a privately held seller of licensed sports merchandise, recalls a drop in rebound for Ohio State sales, but said the Penn State drop-off is double of anything we've ever seen, and it looks like it's going to be here for a while. So I know, some people are thinking like, that's not fair, they don't go to a bowl game. It's the players didn't do anything about it or weren't really involved. It's a coach that used to be there, and the head coach that's been fired, he's out of the picture. Why can't they go to a bowl game? Well, I mean, it's true. The players had nothing to do about it, but it's not about the players. It's about Penn State, like, as a whole, like the program. Do you think these families of the victims would like to see Penn State celebrating a bowl game and like getting a chance? Like, even though like there's nothing like there's nothing to make up for what happened for like these victims, and now like this team gets to go and celebrate. So the solution I think to me was if they get invited to a bowl game, they should just decline it. To avoid like all the talk and hassle that's going to be like coming with it. It's not uncommon to decline a bowl game invitation. Ohio State declined a bowl game invitation because of academic reasons in 1962. And Notre Dame has also declined invitations from time to time. Recently, like 2 years ago when their head coach got fired, they chose, not to go to a bowl game. And this is much worse than, the coach got fired for the, like, really bad reasons. Also, they can keep donating money to child abuse. And if they really want to get, like, this scandal out of the picture, they better win it all next year and make everybody forget about it, because the more wins, the better. Anyways, in conclusion, it may seem wrong for a traditional powerhouse like Penn State to decline a bowl game, but this is no ordinary year for the program. Although they might have won on the field, unfortunately, the off-field incidents have overridden their season, which would make it appropriate for them not to go to a bowl game.
All right, Chris, what did you think?
I thought that the beginning story was really, really cool. It's funny how you got Luke involved and stuff. We thought you were going one way, but you're going to talk about college football. I felt like you didn't have to persuade me on the topic because I completely agree with you. Your thesis was very clear about Penn State not going to the bowl game. Your preview was great. I like how you supported the topics throughout the presentation, and really supported your preview and your thesis. I thought the exit line was pretty cool because it also summarizes your whole presentation, which was what you're looking for. The only thing, two things I caught down, you looked down at the cards a little bit too much, which is understandable, I can memorize a full speech. And doing that causing the eye contact to break down. And the other thing is you said the word like a whole lot of times. So, other than that, that was a good presentation. Enjoyed it.
All right. Yeah, I like the visualization at the beginning also, and a very clear statement of your specific purpose statement. I think the choice of topic is really timely, and it makes a lot of sense. It suggests that you're actually putting some thought into the argument. You've been reading about it, and you know what the controversy is, and you provide us with some of that data. I think you could use a little bit more information and a few more ideas about why it's inappropriate. The part that was best documented and had the most data on it was the economic impact, where you talk about the decline in sales and those kinds of things. And everything else, it seems like you're really very dependent on these hypothetical examples. Well, how would the family feel, or what's the bowl going to feel like about those kinds of things? And I think that you could get some stronger information on those points. So I thought the setup was really solid, and the ideas were clearly expressed. I like the fact that you pick something that is timely, that you care about. I think that you expressed your point of view clearly. Could be supported a little bit more strongly. The only thing I thought was a little problematic was I thought that your finish needed to do a little bit better job at summarizing the point and finishing strong, making your point there. You got kind of an okay exit, but not something that I think would be really powerful and have the same emotional resonance to it. Sometimes you've got this incongruent appearance on your face. I mean, let's face it, it's a little awkward thing to talk about. People